السلام عليكم. Welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition. ده هلنسي. The United States speaks on the dynamic of the Arab world. Israel and Palestine signed a memorandum of understanding to strengthen their political reconciliation. For international and global cooperation could reach a record in the next 5 years. Those were the headlines, and now welcome to the national news. The President of the Republic, Excellency Mangele, granted an interview to the magazine Al Sharq Al Wasat, and answered several questions concerning about the Arab world and the rest of the world. Please listen for Medicine with Garsara.
Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili granted an interview to a magazine and answered several questions concerning the Arab world and the rest of the world. Djibouti and Saudi cooperation between the situation in Sudan, an interview which take place on the eve of the Arab League top of Saudi Arabia, and the first question was related to a summit of the Arab League which opens in Saudi Arabia on the agenda and geopolitical importance of this summit. The president responded in these terms, and he said this Arab summit in Riyadh comes at the right time in view of a critical circumstance that some Arab countries cross the world. Its most important thorny issues and burning questions are expected to the top of summit's agenda, as well as the various geopolitical development in the region on the challenge facing the Arab nation at present and the solution to the crisis. The President of the Republic pointed out that the challenge of Arab worlds are many and complex at present, and we know that many brother countries are going through critical conditions, such as Sudan, which is experiencing a very degraded and dangerous situation, as well as Yemen, where relative optimism appears thanks to Saudi to resolve the crisis and human suffering and restoring security and stability to Yemen, Palestine, Israeli, and the attack on Islamic and Christian share by the Jerusalem occupation have continued in recent years, such as the Israeli occupation policies who have stormed and decrees, which is an integrated part of Bless Al-Aqsa Mosque, not forgetting that the flag of Israeli occupation was hoisted and sprayed on the surface and walls of this mosque in the city of Hebron, and it is a flagrant violation of law, international law, and Geneva Convention and resolution of international legitimacy, as well as provocation throughout the Islamic community, said the President of the Republic. He also added that many brother countries face various challenges in restoring their status after being victims of numerous troubles, and citing Libya as an example, Syria, but also Somalia. We hope that the current Arab Summit will lead to recommendation and decision which will contribute to solving crisis situation while improving the crucial and critical condition that crosses the Arab world. This will preserve the unity and perpetuate the cleanliness for a world's Arab for far from troubles and also by wars, and to contribute the reinforcement of Arab action global. On the impact of recent Riyadh and Tehran agreement following the diplomatic break since 2016, this agreement will undoubtedly have positive result on development in Saudi Arabia and Iran in the first place, and both will benefit from the political approachment, which will have a positive impact on development of the whole region and will contribute to laying the foundation for stability and development in the entire Islamic region. This will strengthen joint and activities on the question of reapproachment with Syria The president replied that the Arab nation is as one body, and it's the interdependence, but also the strength of a relation, the vacancy of a sea of the Arab states and its non-participation in consensus and Arab decision are greetable.
No, in the second part of the president interview with the was treated the securitization of the Red Sea and the situation of the Sudan on Saudi and Arabia, Djiboutian relation and the result of Saudi Arabia's humanitarian action. Please listen from the details with Gasra.
The interview with the President of the Republic was treated the securitizations of Red Sea, the situation of Sudan on Saudi-Djiboutian relation, and result of Saudi Arabia's humanitarian action on the importance of securing the Red Sea for the countries and main threats of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margili, reported that the strategy, importance, and political and economic advantage of the Red Sea were known thousands ago years, and those thanks to the strategy location between the eastern and western sea, which looks like a potent pride bridge between north and south and between the east and west, adding that countries with a long coast have a stronger ability to control the sea and shipping. They play a key role in any conflict that thus control this political, military, and economic artery that connect the east and west by the shortest shipping routes. The Red Sea connects three continents: Asia, Africa, and Europe, and it is a coastline is approximately 3,069 nautical miles long. She also had the strategy against the Strait Bab el Mandeb and Suez Canal. Around 20% of the world trade, their transit given to extreme importance of the sea. This responsibility combined on the countries bordering it is very great, and Kingdom of Saudi Arabia was one of the first countries to take action in this context, as the ideas of Red Sea controlling security dates back to the quote and between the King of Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and also the Kingdom of Yemen. This pact being the first call for the establishment of the Red Sea, and since our country, the Republic of Djibouti, is distinguished by its unique geographical location on the Red Sea, overlooking for the Bab el Mandeb Strait and the great economic but also the political strategy importance, we play a central role in efforts to maintain international security and stability through the coordination and cooperation with the major power to protect maritime navigation, combat terrorism, and meet the challenges of security in the affiliate of region and the war in general. As for the Council of Arab and African States bordering the Red Sea and Gulf of Aden, its charter was signed by the member state in January 2020, and we are among the first countries to ratify its charters, and we also suggest early on the headquarters of the council should be in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and which was done. This council said the President of the Republic, and it should be also known that this is playing a major role to coordinate and cooperate between states members, namely Djibouti, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Sudan, Jordan, Somalia, Yemen, and Eritrea. To explore ways and achieve this in the capital economic, security, and environmental sphere, this council is very important for the economic and political security of maritime navigation between the region, and it is surrounded by many challenges, including extremism, terrorism, and illegal migration, which can be overcome through a global and regional solidarity on the issues of the current situation in Sudan and the expectation of the rules of the country of IGAD in this regard. In general, the rules of Djibouti in particular, what are your expectations for this event? That was a question, and the President of the Republic said that we are following for the bloody event in Sudan, said the President of the Republic with great concern. Brothers and the IGAD countries group have been preoccupied and presenting its mediation initiative to resolve the current crisis. The President of the Republic said the consultations are still ongoing to initiate the mediation, and three presidents will go to Khartoum but remains depend on truth. We are ready to begin effective mediation, and we hope that the initiative of IGAT will contribute to finding an urgent solution to the crisis which has been getting worse in the mid-April. We also welcome the ongoing mediation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and United States of America as part of Jeddah ceasefire dialogue. Regarding the rules of the Republic of Djibouti in particular, we have been and still are in solidarity with the brotherly countries of Sudan on the basis of depth and strength of the relation which unite with our brother countries of Sudan, as the Republic of Djibouti was known for its honorable rules in the promoting peace and reconciliations in the Horn of Africa. It contributes the effort of conciliations which aim at bringing the Sudanese parties closer together in the previous stage, including the comprehensive peace agreement that we have on official level, said the President of the Republic. In Saudi support for Djibouti dates back to before independence. Since the kingdom has supported the Djiboutian struggle, this support continues and will continue in lines and its support for its brother countries in various political, economic, educational, and other files. Relations between the two brotherly countries are getting stronger day by day, and there is also harmony in the political vision toward the various file. In terms of continuous cooperation and coordination, there are several committees. And based on the tremendous development we have achieved over the past decades, the file of ports in terms of quantity and quality, we look forward to strengthen the cooperation between the two brotherly countries in the file of maritime transport. As for the display Yemen brothers, we have opened our hearts and doors to them since the outbreak of the crisis in brotherly Yemen, confirming the pre-establishment fraternal relationship, the relationship of blood, history, and neighborhood between the Republic of Djibouti and Yemen, just as the Republic of Djibouti was supporting country for the Yemen legitimacy and in standing with the Arab coalition and restore the brotherly kingdom of Saudi Arabia has took the initiative to support its brother country, and the Saudi country was built for Yemeni refugees in Obor for the north of the country and supported with several and educational and health supplies through the kingdom and the King Samtur Salman Relief and Humanitarian Aid. In this regard, I extend my sincere thanks and gratitude to my brother and the guardians of the Holy Mosque's Kingdom Salman bin Abdulaziz and Highness Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. May God preserve him. Taking the opportunity to praise the honorable position.
The work of 32 meeting of Arab Foreign Ministry preparatory of the Council of the Arab League at the summit level scheduled for 3 days was held yesterday in Jeddah. Several foreign ministers took part in this meeting, including the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf. Several heads of state, government member country of the Arab League will take part, including the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Magele, who will lead a strong delegation. During the meeting, the minister in charge of following up of a number of issues were convened, including the committee for the following up of the implementation of the decision and the commitment of the previous Arab Summit. The letter discussed the follow-up of the implementation of the decision recommendation issued by the Leicester Arab and Summit and the commitment of the country implementing the decision. It is accepted that the Arab Ministry meeting will examine the agenda of the Arab Summit, the draft resolution that will be adopted by the Summit, including the situations in Sudan, the declaration of Syria in the Arab to the Arab League, as well as the Palestinian issues and political economic support to the Palestinian people. On the sideline of the ministerial preparatory meeting due to an Arab Summit to be held on May 19 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mohammed Ali Yusuf, met his Palestinian counterpart, Mr. Riyad al-Maliki. During the discussion, the two ministers had a various meeting to discuss the relation between the Republic of Djibouti and the Palestinian state and the ways and means to further strengthen the bilateral cooperation between the two countries. Then the Minister of Foreign Affairs and his counterpart have proceeded to the signing of memorandum of understanding on political consultation between the two ministries to consolidate bilateral relation and cooperation between Djibouti and the Palestinian state in various sectors. The two ministries also discussed the current situation in Palestine and the role of the Arab League Summit to discuss the situation in Palestine and ways to support proudly people of Palestine in the face of Israel repression. Mohammed Ali Yusuf, Djibouti's ambassador of the Queen of the Saudi Arabia, Mr. Dia Ednin Said Mamaraka, and Djibouti's ambassador to Egypt, and our country permanent representative of the Arab League, Mr. Ahmed Ali Bari, as well as several and high-ranking officials attend of this meeting. The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Palestine, Mr. Riyad, make a statement. Please listen from the test with the Gazra.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Palestine, Mr. Riyad al-Maliki, indicated that the agreement signed with his Djiboutian counterpart, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, will contribute to consolidate of relation already favor between the two countries and to strengthen cooperation between the brotherly countries and in a different file. He also added that this agreement will facilitate the implementation of a productive partnership, but also the re-encounter experienced by the Palestinian people of foreign minister has also remembered that the what is known as the Nakba is a disaster which must be told through the future generation. This period referred to dispositions and destruction, but also explosion, looting at the massacres against Palestinians, leading to the creation of Israeli in 1948, he concluded.
Then, for his part, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mohammed Ali Yusuf, and said that this agreement aims to strengthen the ties and cooperation between the two countries. The head of Djibouti diplomacy expressed the solidarity of Djibouti to the Palestinian people. He recalled that this summit of Arab League will be an opportunity to address the Palestinian file on the current situation in Palestine and find a solution. The Republic of Djibouti has been designated by Unity a nation as the focal point for the transfer of oil from the FCO Sava standoff the coast of Yemen to a super tanker belonging to the World Organization in a race against time international action have been taken to avoid a major environmental disaster. The FCO Sava reportedly decaying this supermarket and shore it off the sea coast of Yemen Yemen threatens to break up at any moment, risking the devastation while the spill or catastrophic explosion left abandoned since 2015. Due to the regional interest, the FCO SAFA currently holds between 114,000 and 116,000 metric tons of grain, or less. The safety issues associated with this phasal pause and amendment risk of large-scale environmental and humanitarian disaster. The operation consists of the arrival of a support vessel to access the overall condition of the FCO Sava, followed by the arrival of the mega tanker carrying while prior the transfer operation will take place in July in the Sava, which is already 14 years old, where to break up the consequence could be an environmental disaster of extended population in the Red Sea. During the years of civil war in Yemen, no maintenance was carried out on the well performance, which covered a larger area as a result of the paper walls of the vessel on are corroded by rice and highly explosive gas and can no longer be entered. In exclusive interview, the Secretary General of the DEFA, Mr. Mohammed Ali Hassan, highlighted the urgence of situation of the tanker of the Suez Savar, while emphasizing the social role of Djibouti in the case our country has played a key role, both politically by participating in international meeting and operationally by allowing the launch of the first emergency operation from its territory. Following the date of the late Abdurrahman Sheikh Mohammed and on Tuesday, May 16, 2023 in Paris, the Minister of Justice, Mr. Ali Hassan Bahdoun, the Minister of Communication, Radwan Abdullah Bahdoun, and the Attorney General Jama Suleiman addressed their most sadness condolence to the family of the deceased and his loved the ones and pray to God to welcome him into his eternal paradise. The late Abdurrahman Sheikh made his career in judicial institution, has claimed all the ranks to finish at the top of as the President of the Supreme Court, since his appointment by the President of the Republic occurred on January 9, 2019. Thanks to the course of the late Abdurrahman Sheikh Mohammed had quality and impressive professional experience and always knew with dedication, humility, and rigor to place the service of justice above all. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. An important two-day meeting on the issues of the interiors, imminence, and opening this morning at the Hotel of the Free Zone of Bika 23. This two-day meeting was organized by the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Sea in charge of water resources with the support of the IGAT and funding from the European Union. The important meeting focused on the ratification and integration into domestic law of IGAT protocol on transhumance. This meeting brought together policy makers and legal experts to understand the implementation of the protocol on transhumance to Djibouti and approved by IGAD Council of Ministry on January 24, 2021. This meeting also aims to discuss and put forward the necessary support to Egyptian legislative power to afford the ratification and domestication of the protocol as well as its implementation. This is the understanding that the migration in search of water and petrol is paramount for the transhumant pastoral community, for more than 17% of them in IGAD country. The Secretary General of Agriculture, Mr. Ibrahim Ilmi Mohammed, stressed that this meeting is initial to provide support to post and tourists and peddlers in the IGAD region. This Wednesday, May 17, and the People's Place hosted the closing ceremony of a workshop for the creation and institutionalization of the Forum Egyptian Association and NGO for Sea to Nepal Development. The 20th day of the creation of the Forum Action of Egyptian Association NGO starts with the adoption of the statute and year and ended with the election of steering committee composed of 5 members, including 3 women. The association de Jeunes de Château d'Eau d'Alicibier was elected for the presidency of the NGO steering committee by the majority of the representatives of the organization present, while the UNFD will assume the position of the Secretary General. The Women's Association of Tachura was elected the first and second vice president respectively after the congratulation and thanks to the leaders of the MGO steering committee. A family photo was taken after in the front of the People's Place. Duration in the south now of the country, following the example of the air appear throughout the national territory. A student of the 5th grade of basic school in the region of Arta, Al Sabi and Dikil have composed yesterday, Wednesday, the test of the OT and of the school year exam. A delegation of the official led by the inspector of the Ministry of National Education of these 3 regions made a supervisory visit to the various examination centers of the capital, and according to this official, the test of the examination, commonly called OT, were held in good condition. At the end of the visit, the official announced to the national media that the OT exam, which sanctioned the admission to the sixth grade of the middle school of education, took place in the required official standard. The center of the composition of tests were professionally prepared. The teachers called for this supervision are present at their post, and also the candidates present themselves very early in the morning from in front of their respective center of examination. And not in the north of the country, as in the whole of the country, the test of the end of single certificating evaluation quality were also held yesterday Wednesday in all the schools in the region of Owa and Techora in order to strengthen the decentralization of education advocated in recent years. Men for B candidates from all schools composed the test indoor and on school. The subjects were transported the day before the test to each rural school examination center, thanks to the logistical support of the prefecture, the regional council, and the national army. The local authorities made a regular visit to the 2 examination centers in the capital to see how well the tests were going on. The National Agency for Persons with Disability Innovation, in collaboration with the Center for Leadership and Entrepreneurship, organized this morning at the People's Place a workshop to launch the social linguistic survey to national language science. This workshop comes in the framework of the project of digitalization of this dictionary of the Egyptian Sign Language. In the perspective, the NPH has created a steering committee named Organization of Research for the Unification of Egyptian Sign Language, RURSAL, which work on the best ways and means to harmonize the different national languages of our Somalia. Sign the oral group made up of young Dreyf and head of Ihori institution, Tungeris and interpreters is working to produce the first Egyptian dictionary of 3,000 words, harmonized and standardized to make a single Egyptian sign language. The dictionary in the process of being digitalized will be an educational and professional access for the promotion of language learning. Where President Dedici and independent president of the Network of Disability People Idris Mumina and the acting DG of the CLE Abdul Karim Mahmoud Hassan. Yesterday, the youngest of the Republic Guard and Training Center, also known as Barre Football Club, arrived in France, known as Barre Football Club, to participate for the third time in the participation for the Mondial Public of the Poly in 2023, animated by the hope of the better future. Our young talent arrived yesterday evening with the objective of bringing the cup home. The previous participation have been marked by intense experience and emotion, as they have managed to defeat a renowned nation in the wall of Sosa. This year, they say they are more determined to go even further and proudly display the colors of our proud homeland. The Republic Guard is fully behind them and wish them much courage. It is important to underline that the Mondial Public Day Bondan, which take place in Finisterre, is celebrating its 35th edition. This international tournament of Sosa U-Train was created in 1986. On for the international scene, we have a heat trap in greenhouse gas, and in even could see the walls glimmer to move further. Please listen from the test with Gasra.
Expected to reach record height over the next 5 years due to greenhouse gases that trap heat, but also due to the natural phenomenon. This scientific estimate that this increase of 1.5 degrees set up as a ceiling by the Paris Agreement will not necessarily be permanent. However, the WMO is sounding an alarm, saying that these 1.5 degrees are being exceeded more and more frequently. This rise in temperature will have far-reaching impact on health, food security, water and management, but also the environment, according to the report, which indicate that humanity must prepare by investigating in meteorological service in order to better anticipate climate phenomena and to take measure now and protect population in the face of increasingly extreme conditions.
That's it for this edition. Thanks for attention and wonderful evening.